Hello, everybody, and I want to talk about this subject in particular. Um, so, I think we all know in fighting games where we have DLC characters that are going to arrive, and they have like a specific time frame that they're going to be arrived at. So, I want to discuss about some certain things. So, guest characters. I want to talk about guest characters today. So, why the need of guest characters? Well, there's a reason for it. So they've been going on for a long time, ever since pretty much Mortal Kombat 9, where Freddy Krueger was basically the actual first guest character. Okay. Well, there was other guest characters like previously, like before that, like Heihachi. I think it was like what? I think it was in Soul Calibur and also Yoshimitsu. But I'm talking like where it really kind of popped off and started being more frequently. So Freddy Krueger basically started it, and then you got like other characters in the following Mortal Kombat like Jason, Alien, Predator, Leatherface, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then Mortal Kombat 11, they had like Spawn, they had like Joker, all that, right? And the Terminator. There were so many crossover characters coming into Mortal Kombat. And then now with the recent MK1, the game I don't really play anymore, it has Omni-Man, Homelander, Peacemaker, we got Ghostface, we got Conan the Barbarian, we got T-1000 from from the second Terminator movie. Now, why do I mention all this? I mention this because, well, let's see. The reason why is because it has been going on for a long time, and like people are really like, there's some people that hate guest characters and some people that do, but for the reasons why people don't like them is because, well, they take up spots that could be a Mortal Kombat character, a Street Fighter character, or a Tekken character. Which, by the way, before I keep going, yes, for Street Fighter, I think we all know this, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. We know that right now, this is not Tekken, Street Fighter's first time doing guest characters. They don't normally do it, but in Street Fighter 6, I think we all know at this point that Terry and Mai are officially a thing in SF6. And then with Tekken, I don't know what it's going to be with Tekken 8, but with Tekken 7, they brought Negan, Noctis, Negan from The Walking Dead, Noctis from Final Fantasy, and what's it called, Geese Howard from Fatal Fury, which, ooh, City of the Wolves, I can't wait to play that. But anyway, my point with all of this is that all these different guest characters definitely bring in a lot of hype. They do, but they have their goods and their bads. They bring in hype. They bring in a lot of like casual players to the franchise, which is good. It generates sales. And despite that though, what is the problem? Well, like I said earlier, people do not like the fact that these characters get like spots from previous, like from like other specific IP characters. Like, let's say for example, well, let's put it this way. I completely whiffed this rage art, by the way, but let's say that, okay, let's say everyone has been talking about Tifa, right? Tifa from Final Fantasy to bring in the Tekken 8, right? It would be like a hit or miss, right? It would be a hit or miss with some people. Like, oh, I want somebody else from the Tekken franchise to be in the game. So, with Tekken, you definitely don't want it to oversaturate with so many DLC characters. Now, with Tekken, it's not the biggest deal in the world because it only happened in Tekken 7. Well, technically Tekken 3 was gone, but that's like a whole different thing. But it didn't happen too frequently. With Tekken, it's a different story. You know what I mean? It only happened like just in Tekken 7 if we don't count 3. But I can't say the same with games like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat had a lot of guest character appearances at this point. It is basically Fortnite at this point. So how do I feel about like with all these guest characters and like should they be more Mortal Kombat characters? Well, you have to think of it. If they don't put enough Mortal Kombat characters, it kind of does fuck with the identity. Like, oh, Mortal Kombat has Homelander all of a sudden. Now, it's gonna look weird and goofy that, like, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are fighting Omni-Man and Homelander. It is Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool if you think about it. Like, it's definitely a cool idea, and it will generate sales, but it does make things problematic because there's a line at some point that you will cross where at the time with Freddy, it was cool. You know, Freddy in Mortal Kombat, all right, fine. You know, that was cool. And then as the years go by, it does get repetitive, and then, you know, next thing you know, you want people that want actual Mortal Kombat characters in a Mortal Kombat game, you know? Guest characters will help generate sales, but it will become problematic after a while. You really gotta think that, hey, if I want a character from a different universe to be in a specific fighting game, will they fit that game? Because you can definitely add one anyways, but will they fit the vibe? Will they be able to actually have that status of like, okay, these guys definitely fit in our game or fit in our genre of our game? You know what I mean? Just Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat sounds a lot better with Injustice. And it would look, don't get me wrong, Omni-Man is brutal. He definitely has his fair share in his comics and his TV show. I think we all know how gory it can get. But my point is, they really have to just fit the vibe. The characters have to fit the overall aesthetic of said property. And even then, even if like they do fit that actual property of the game, will the third party be able to like come to an agreement with, you know, the said corporation that actually wants them in their game? You have to get the voice actor, you gotta see if this character fits. It's a whole lot of shit to work with. So I'm not gonna get too much into about that, but guest characters are cool, but there's a fine line to where we want them in here. Okay? I don't mind guest characters personally. I really don't. If anything, hey, for all I know, you can add Goku, and that's gonna be so weird. That's gonna be so weird to me. The fan base, everybody, the whole community, if they're like add Goku in Street Fighter or Tekken, Jesus Christ, I can't see him being Mortal Kombat, to be honest. I really can't. I really just can't. So, look, with all these guest characters being involved, look, Terry and Mai actually fit. In my opinion, they fit in Street Fighter. But other characters like Homeland and Omni-Man, not sure about that one. And I know we all have like our characters that we kind of like, our own personal guest characters of who we want in said fighting game. And don't get me wrong, it's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I personally don't feel there's no issue. It's just we don't want it to overflow with many guest characters because they literally put Ghostface, and I'm just when I saw that, I'm just like, why is Ghostface in MK? He's just some guy that, you know, that has a knife. Like, hey, for all I know, they can make him entirely different than what I just said, to be honest. I don't know. Conan the Barbarian, I mean, I haven't really watched too much of the movies. I just know who the character is, and I know that's Arnold that's there, so yeah, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest with you. But I just know who he is. I know who Conan the Barbarian is, at the very least. I should probably watch it, to be honest. But look, I know guest characters helps with the franchises. I do. Is it just like there has to be specific ones that obviously have to fit into the fighting game that actually kind of works. If they work, hey, they work. Now it's just all about timing. That's the thing about guest characters. They require timing to be presented to them, to be able to be like in the game at a good time frame. Because you don't want to add a guest character in season 1. It would be weird if they do that. That would be kind of weird. Like, oh, I don't know, if for some reason in Tekken we get some random character, like if we actually do get like Tifa, for example, that everyone was talking about back a couple months back, that would be actually kind of insane. I won't lie, but she would kind of fit, I guess. But I'm not really too much in depth with the Final Fantasy franchise, so I wouldn't know for sure, to be honest. I actually never really played them, so I wouldn't really know. But hey, I mean, anything's possible. It's just you have to have the right timing for these characters. You gotta make sure like there's no scheduling conflicts with the creators, the voice actors, the whole company as a whole, really. But I mean, look, they don't have to add more. They don't have to add too many guest characters, if anything, really. Because Tekken 7 only had 3. They really only had 3. That's not bad compared to like Mortal Kombat they just take a whole fuck ton of the roster. Because Tekken 7 had 51 characters, and with the 3 guest characters that I mentioned, that's like 3 characters, right? There's like 48 other Tekken characters. That's not bad. Genuinely, that's actually pretty decent. That's pretty good. It's not over flooding it where we can be like, okay, there's a lot of Tekken characters that we can add, and fan favorites too. But overall, just overall, like, you want to please everyone. Well, actually, no, you're not going to be able to please everybody, to be honest, because everyone wants their own specific character, and you know, it's just going to be too much for the fans. That like they want their own specific guest character, but who knows that they may not be added, or maybe even fit that specific game. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to please everybody, to be honest. And then even pleasing just the guest characters, you got to please like the fans with just the normal characters from a specific game. So yeah, it's guest characters can be annoying for the fandom, but it can be pretty good for the fandom at the same time. So but if I had to say which guest character I truly want, like, it doesn't matter if they fit it or not, like, genuinely, it doesn't matter, like, it could be Street Fighter, it could be Tekken, it doesn't matter what guest character it could possibly be, it doesn't matter if they fit or not, just your own personal guest character that you want in a specific fighting game. If I really wanted to pick one, I would probably I'd probably pick Wolverine, to be honest. Wolverine would definitely work for me. I feel like he suits more. Well, no, I can't say he suits in. Well, I don't know. I want to say Street Fighter because of the Versus series, because of MVC, but I don't want to see Wolverine killing Ryu or some shit. Even though, well, no, they can't do that anyways. No, they can't do that. So. Still, my point is, if I were to just say fuck it doesn't matter, yeah, I would say Wolverine, because Wolverine's like pretty much my all-time favorite like Marvel character. That and Jean Grey and Rogue, but that's who I would want. But I'm not really holding my breath about it, because it's a Marvel property, and Marvel is, even though right now they kind of doing their own thing right now with, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine was such a good movie. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but still, MCU is kind of in their own, you know, in their own weird world right now. But anyway, yeah, so that's all I just wanted to talk about, just guest characters. If you guys want your own guest characters, please let me know who it would be. I do want to know that, because, I mean, despite it all, it's still a good idea, like, to generate hyper casuals, like if I was to see, like, oh, Spider-Man's in this game all of a sudden. Oh, now all of a sudden that's you know, and the game makes a humongous amount of sales. I'll tell you that. And he would probably be the most OP fucking character in the game. I'm gonna just say that. So that would be kind of cool, but I'm not really holding my breath about it. But anyway, I just want to see if you guys like guest characters. And if you guys don't, please tell me why. If you guys think they're overdoing it, especially with Mortal Kombat, or if you guys don't think they're kind of a waste of slot and they kind of help out, what do you guys think? Do they help out or not? But please let me know down in the comments down below, guys. I would really like to know. And you're gonna watch me whiff a grab here. Yep, there we go. I whiffed a grab here. That was horrible. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, y'all.